the Dallas Cowboys have recently made their quarterback, Dak Prescott, the NFL's highest paid player. And this was last week before his win against the Cleveland Browns. And Dak inked the lofty contract. It's 4 years, $240 million, $60 million a year, and $231 million guaranteed. So that's one whole $1 million guaranteed more than Watson got, which is pretty interesting. And that makes him the highest paid player in NFL history.
Right now, yeah.
What are your initial thoughts on this contract?
Honestly, I was just thinking, what was taking them so long with him and CeeDee Lamb with these contracts? You already know if you're gonna keep, you want to keep the player or not. They still got 1 year. I don't know. I guess they wanted to see if he was still dedicated to the team without money involved. But he said in his in the conference, he said, money or not, I was still gonna play hard for y'all. So
yeah, I know he had a really. It was a decent 2022, but the problem was interceptions.
Yeah, right. And we talked about that, and I felt like he lowered the interceptions.
He did, from 15 down to 9.
Yeah.
And in 2023, he had 410 completed passes, 36 touchdowns, leading the NFL, and 4,516 yards. He was also second to Lamar Jackson as MVP runner-up. What does this say about the quarterback's production?
That just shows he's a beast. You know what I mean? I know that a lot of people don't like him for whatever reason, but you can't overlook talent. You can't overlook what he's done and what he's doing as a quarterback. Like I said, it was just the interceptions. He can definitely run down the field. He can definitely kind of give you that Lamar vibe. But like I said, it was just those interceptions, and he did what he had to do. He lowered them. So.
Yeah, he was talking to the media after the game and said, I hope after today we're done talking about the contract in my pockets.
Yeah.
And it was kind of funny. I heard that his teammates were approaching him after the game and giving him their wrist sizes for, like, watches and stuff.
Yeah.
So do you think this is in good fun, or do you think everyone will actually get some gifts?
I think he's going to give it to him, for sure. I mean, I feel like, I like the fact that he's sharing with his teammates, and you know what I mean. He ain't selfish with the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember in 2016 after Zeke got the running title, he bought all of his linemen. They're like those donkey vehicles, like the super golf cart type cars.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was saying they're all country boys and that they'll all appreciate something like.
But I mean, the fact that that just shows you he values that line, because he needs them in order for him, to be at his best. So,
and Dak had kind of went on to say, if you would have asked me about this yesterday, I would say that I'm going into this game without an agreement, and that contract talks were going to end, and that he just focuses on what he can control.
Yeah.
And he's now going to be with Dallas until he's 35 years old. If they did franchise tag him a third time, he would have cost $80 million for one season.
Wow.
And, looking at quarterback deals in general, they're going up now. So signing now was probably the best idea for them. I mean, if they sign him last year, they get him for $5 million less a year. So really, the getting ahead of these contracts is what these teams would want to do.
Yeah.
So how much a year will the next quarterback get, do you think?
For the Cowboys, you think?
Well, for the next highest paid, whoever's up next in line.
Dang. I'm trying to see who will really show out. It just depends. Like I said, these rookie quarterbacks. Like for the Texans, we can do Stroud, for example. If he might get the next one, because I felt like
65,
the fact that he came in that first season and just really showed out. He could get like 260. I could see at least 260, 270.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see like how these contracts.
Yeah.
Like rise and all that. And then Jerry Jones had came out and said, the team owner, he said, what the guaranteed money means is a big commitment for the next 5 years to our future. That's a lot of me that thinks Dak is our quarterback for the rest of my time. That's not just limited to the terms of this contract either.
Mm-hmm.
Now, does Jerry Jones think his time is near? And is the media massaging of this? Does this mean that Dak is going to be Jerry's last quarterback, or is it just kind of media massaging or him?
It might be media, but he might probably thinking like, it might be time for me to wrap it up. You know what I mean? It might be his time as far as like the owner. He might want to pass it on to.
So he's gonna let his son Steven then take over the general manager.
Yeah, I would hope so. If anything, definitely give it to like a family. You know, somebody down the line.
Yeah, I know his 3 kids. They all play different roles in the organization. So
Yeah.
I think it's gonna go to the 3 of them and be split between.
Right. Yeah.
And like I had mentioned in some previous videos, the next contract up for the Cowboys is going to be Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
And I think they will make him the league's highest paid defender in NFL history. So
Probably.
something around maybe $40 million a year.
Yeah.
And Dallas does have a pretty bright future with all the stars set in place. Mm-hmm. If they miss the playoffs, will they be considered a disappointment to the fans?
Yeah. A little bit. I say yeah, for sure. Because, you know, you giving this money, everybody getting the extensions, everybody getting everything they need and set up, and y'all healthy and don't make it to the fans, you know, not saying fans going to give up on the team, but it's just like, you know, they don't deserve that. You know what I mean? They die hard just like the Lions fans. They die hard, so.
I agree. Health has a lot to do with whether the disappointment will be merited.
Yeah.
So, y'all, please let us know in the comments what you think about Dak Prescott becoming the league's highest paid quarterback in history.
Yeah.
And up next, J&J Sports coming to y'all with more in 2024.